Happiness. Are you happy? I know I've been happy, but I've also been very unhappy. What is happiness? I'm Groovy Kim. Let's talk about it. Happiness. What is it really? As far as I can tell, there's three different kinds of happiness. There's the pleasure kind, when you feel enjoyment with your senses, like food in your tummy or music to your ears. That's a kind of happiness. There's another kind of happiness, and that would be like satisfaction. I'm happy because, like, I'm happy that I achieved this or that or the other thing. But you know what? Both of those are temporary and fleeting, come and go. The kind of happiness that I think most humans are seeking is the third kind of happiness. The kind of happiness that is just because. It just is. It's just part of you. You might even call it unreasonable happiness, because there is no reason. You don't even need a cause. It just is. It just makes you happy. And normally, these are things that you innately come into this world and just know you have a love for. And I think the reason why people are unhappy is because they're chasing happiness instead of letting it be happiness that's already innate inside of you. You need to give up the chase for happiness and the search, because it only causes more unhappiness and anxiety. It's where you figure that one day you will find happiness. One day it'll come to you. And you just keep postponing your happiness right now, waiting for it, right? And I know a lot of us do that. But really, all you have at any given time is right now, the present, the here and now. And instead, I think it's really important to follow your joy. This is entirely different than chasing happiness. And it's because it's already here. It always was. Happiness isn't somewhere outside of you or even inside of you. It just is. It's just your true nature. It's when you're truly being yourself, your authentic self. And you do this by honoring your talents, the talents you already have, and exploring them. And by spending time in nature. We're supposed to be in nature. And it's important not to stay indoors all the time, and get outside and breathe some fresh air. It's unhealthy to stay indoors more than the majority of your time. And it's important that you take pride in the human body that you've been given and take care of it. Really take care of it by eating well and making sure that you get up and move around. And do take some time to go outside and stretch and breathe in the fresh oxygen and rejuvenate your body and your cells, and drink plenty of fresh, clean water, because if you're unhealthy, it doesn't feel good. And then, of course, that leads to unhappiness. So making sure that you are as healthy as you possibly can be is going to naturally help out in the happiness department, right? So when you allow love for your own body, meaning you purposely are taking care of it, just like you would your child, or a pet, you purposely love it and take care of it. If you do the same for your own body, its ailments begin to heal. And it's awful hard to be happy when you're ailing and you don't feel good, right? So take care of yourself, and that really can help out in the happiness department. The whole point of happiness is to show you when you're on the right track. You know, when you're unhappy, that means you're not on the right track in life. It's the universe's feedback to you to let you know if you're on the right track or not. So pay attention to your happiness. Are you happy? You know, unhappiness truly is. It's a warning signal from the universe, and you need to pay attention to it, because if you let it go on, depression can set in. And that's where the unhappiness just takes over, and you allow it to become disabling. And eventually, you know what happens? And then it causes disease. And you get things like autoimmune disease, and even cancer and lupus and all kinds of, you know, IBS, indigestion issues. You name it, anxiety manifests in the body, and it's different for everyone. And for me, it manifested as rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, severe anxiety, alcoholism. I eventually had cirrhosis of the liver. All of these things, all of the reasons I told myself while I was unhappy, truly became an excuse to postpone my happiness in the here and now. And that's really a big lesson that I think, well, we ought to be teaching our children from the get-go, but we don't. So we have to learn this as we become adults and grow into the notion that happiness truly is yours to follow and not to chase, right? And we're all made out of the same stuff, you know, that stars are made out of, the same exact atoms. And this stardust vibrated into being with love, just like you did. And the vibration of love and happiness is truly what allows our human bodies to thrive and to be healthy. And that's how it allows literally everything to evolve and to thrive. And sometimes we get stuck in an unhappy vibration. And but just know that it's only temporary if you allow it. It's truly you that gives it permission to linger or not. Unhappiness, right, that I'm talking about. Or allow happiness to linger or not. It's truly you that's giving the permission to do that. And if you understand that unhappiness is just temporary, then you can learn that you don't need to chase happiness. Because what you naturally already love is the key to your happiness. Remember, you don't want to be chasing happiness. You want to follow your bliss, what naturally makes you happy, right? And take care of yourself. Take time to really pay attention to your body and take care of it. And happiness naturally follows. You know, happiness, really groovy. Unhappiness, not groovy. Yeah, I think happiness is the key to having a really good life, and you got to start with taking care of yourself and paying attention to everyday life and what already naturally makes you happy. That's groovy.